Hello, everyone in my Family 445 class. My name's Ellie Lieber, and I'm just going to take some time going over what we've learned in our reading. First off, I want to apologize for the cough drop in my mouth and for my voice. I've had a really bad cold that I'm trying to get over, so I apologize if the cough drop is distracting. So just going over some of the reflective questions, I decided to kind of guide my guide what I wanted to talk about off of the reflective questions, just because I thought a lot of them were really good. So the first question was, as you read about the history of outreach family life education, in what capacity do you see yourself getting involved with strengthening marriages and family through FLE? One thing that I really want to strongly promote is web-based FLE. I think that there's a lot of problems that can happen on the internet, and at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of problems that can be solved on the internet. I think that it's the best way to reach out to everyone. Everybody has it at their fingertips. We can, text, we can Instagram, we can Facebook, we can Twitter, and we can reach out to the entire world and tell them about family life education. One of the chapters talked about prevention. I think prevention is the way to go. I think that if we want to, I think personally for me, I think that's the best way to go about family life education, is to prevent things from happening. Because once they happen, it's a lot harder to mitigate. It's a lot harder to get the family back to where it once was. I think, we just need to get, I think the internet is such a great thing to get the word out there. There was a quote in the textbook, and it says, "The greatest discoveries need to find their way to the homes, the minds, and practices of family members everywhere." And I honestly believe that's the best approach to it, is do online. And at the same time, do online advertising if you don't want to do just completely online. I think just doing online advertising and doing workshops would be a great way to go. One-on-one, because I think people learn a lot more one-on-one than they do when there's not that personal effect of it. So another question that was asked, it was the third question in the first week that was talking about credibility. I think that's also the problem with a lot of things today, is we say we know a lot of things, but we actually don't. And I think it's really important to, when we're getting the word out there, to ensure that we're promoting the best of the best, that we know what we're talking about, and we know that what we're saying is true and honest and right. There's just so many things that people can say, and I think credibility is a big concern. Another thing I wanted to touch on was I think that families really need to know where they can go for help. And so another reason why I liked web-based family life education was because a lot of families don't necessarily want to go to counseling at first. I know a lot of people who say, "Oh, well, I don't want to go to counseling because I don't think, we're not that bad," or "I'm embarrassed to go," or I don't want to put my family through that. I don't want other people to know there's a problem. So I think web-based FLE would be great, because it would let families be able to get the help they need in the privacy of their own home. Also talked about partnering with counselors. I think it'd be great if they did get some help at home, but partner with counselors and say, hey, now that you've read this stuff, if you feel comfortable, here's a counselor that you can talk to. I think that'd be a great approach to helping a lot of families with their problems and helping them feel not embarrassed or unable to, get their problems solved. And then I have started following an outreach program on my Instagram account. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it online, so I'm just going to say it's a good family-based program, and it's reaching out to people everywhere to stop this issue from happening in families, relationships, and it's a really good outreach program that I've started following on Instagram. And from it, they have a link to their website where it connects you to they sell t-shirts, they talk about the issues, they talk about how to solve it. And it's amazing that just in a few short years, I think they started in 2008 or 2010, and just in a few short years, their program has just blossomed. And they talked about in chapter 16 to know who we're reaching out to and make it look appealing. And I think we can do that by just make sure what would you want to hear, and figure out who your audience is. If it's, for me, I really like talking to teens. I really find that I can relate well with them and I can understand what they're going through a lot of times. And so for me, I just try to think of what would I want to hear? How would I want help? And just try to get the word out there. I think that's a big thing that I've learned is that we just need to get the word out there, but it has to be credible. We have to make sure we know what we're talking about, or else, as we're trying to get FLE out there and up there, if we don't have credible sources, it's just going to crash and burn. So I think that's definitely something I want to do, is just do my best to get help for family out there. I mean, there's so many families that need help that aren't getting it. I could even use some of the help. I could use some online resources to help me with everyday, family things, issues that go on. So I think that's just, I think internet and just promoting family life education is a great way to go. Thank you for listening.